the whole Brandon Aiyuk drama with the 49ers, which is being played out publicly online, which is wild. And I've seen some Chiefs content creators kind of throw out, possible Chiefs maybe kicking the tires on Brandon Aiyuk. And here's my thing, and this is the question I wanted to pose to you, JD.
Mm-hmm.
So during the draft, or 2 weeks before the draft, we heard of this rumblings about the Chiefs, still think that, not getting DK Metcalf was the biggest mistake. And then fast forward to about a week and a half later that the Chiefs did call the Seattle Seahawks on draft night, inquiring about DK Metcalf. And Brandon Aiyuk, young receiver, stud. They're having their contract negotiations right now. He wants to get paid, and now they're not paying him. He wants out, and potentially the Commanders is where he wants to go to be with his quarterback from college. Are you surprised? And are you surprised that you haven't heard any rumblings of the Chiefs going after Aiyuk? And do you think the Chiefs should be checking in on that situation, just based on the fact that we did try to get DK Metcalf, and this is a guy who may not be the same type of player as DK Metcalf, a little bit different there. But are you surprised that we haven't heard any rumblings about us not checking in on this situation?
Am I surprised? Not really. Not really. I'm sure, we've kicked the tires just to see what they would do as far as with that, man. Aiyuk, he's just going to cost a whole lot of money. He wants to get paid, and rightfully so. He should. So this might not be the best fit for him to come here to get a big paycheck. But yeah, I don't think, Gary Holland too expensive. I think that's what it is, really. He's a talented wide receiver. We understand that. Look, everybody's going to capitalize on what they've been able to do in the league. No different from him. And so I don't know. When I see guys that are expensive, I don't even look at it. Right? If I see guys drive around Lamborghinis and stuff, I'm not even going to look at the price tag. Why? Hey, I'm not going to get one. So, hey, we'll deal with what we got. We got capable guys here. Hopefully, and look, this could be an indication what it could be like for you and your organization if a guy's unhappy, right? But we kind of had to get past that with Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown was like, look, you know what? I know where I want to be. Have a chance here. He's starting to love here in Kansas City. We got our guys. I think we got our guys, Marcus. I think we do. The question is Rashee Rice. That's the question. Rashee Rice comes back. We got Hollywood Brown and we got Xavier Worthy. I don't think we need to fill the room up with anybody else. Especially somebody who's going to be expensive, who's going to break the bank. I'm sorry. So, yeah, I'm not surprised whatsoever that we haven't heard anything about Aiyuk. We just can't pay the guy. We just can't. I get the whole DK Metcalf deal, and maybe want to check and see what that was going to be as far as before the draft and after. But now, I think we're going to be fine, man. I think we're going to be fine. So, yeah, what do you think? Do you think that we need a Brandon Aiyuk here in Kansas City?
I think it'd be a luxury. I just think long-term outlook is if Hollywood dominates this year, will he be close to what, when he wants to resign, will it be close to what Aiyuk's going to be asking for? I don't think so. I think Hollywood's still going to be much cheaper than Aiyuk. It was just a question I wanted to ask, because when you look at DK Metcalf's the next 2 years and his cap hits, he got $25 million a year, or $25 million next year, or 25 this coming season, and then the following season about 29 and a half, so $30 million. Which is
who's this?
DK Metcalf's contract the next 2 years. There's 25 mil and then 29 mil. And the fact that we were interested in doing that surprised me, because we talk about we're not paying receivers, but we're interested in going to get DK Metcalf is making 25 and then 29. It's like interesting. So we are willing to pay for some guys, not other guys. So yeah, Aiyuk, if it was in that same ballpark, if that's what he wants, I think he wants way more than that. So obviously, that's 25 and 29 would be a bargain compared to what he wants, I believe. But honestly, if Hollywood does dominate this year, I say any money that you have, you go to him, because I still think it'll be much cheaper than 25 and 29 mil a year with Hollywood on an extension when the season's over. So
yeah, I see him wanting to get paid, no doubt about it. So if we're sitting there looking at wide receiver contracts, okay, I mean, shoot, we're looking. Average a year, okay? Justin Jefferson, 35. A.J. Brown, 32. Amon St. Brown, 30. Tyreek Hill, 30. Jalen Waddle, 28. Devontae Adams, 28. Cooper Kupp, 26. Devontae Smith, 25. Nico Collins, 24. DK Metcalf, 24. Debo Samuel, 23. Michael Pittman Jr., 23. Terry McLaurin, 23. Calvin Ridley, 23. Stephon Diggs, 22. T. Higgins, 21. He believes he's in that conversation. That's what he wants because he believes he's right there with these guys, right? And that's right. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 12 people out of name. Marcus, everybody's over 22 million.
It's a lot.
And more. That's a lot. That's a lot. And Gary Holland said, Jason, do you think if Hollywood has a good year, could you see him sign with KC again? I definitely could. Hollywood Brown, to me, is a perennial wide receiver. He's the number one wide receiver in the league. He's right up here with the rest of these guys that you have here, especially feeding him the ball. And we know that. I think when you got a guy that is happy, I think he's happy with getting the chemistry with Patrick Mahomes. He's going to be Patrick Mahomes' favorite target. And if you ever get a guy like that, shoot, pay that guy. Pay him. So I think it'd be perfect. Match made in heaven with him being here. And then if he has a great year, seeing what he was signed for, right? Seeing what he was signed for. So
yeah, I think a lot of the wide receiver kind of talk is still contingent on what's going to happen with Rashee Rice. Is it going to be suspended this year? Is it going to be suspended next year? How long is it going to be? But I mean, if it is, fine in a couple games here, we can be done with that, and then we will go back to our, couple more years of Rashee Rice on a rookie contract, Hollywood Brown, hopefully an extension, and then you have Xavier Worthy, who can do what a first round receiver should be doing. So.
Well, so right now, you're not really breaking the bank with any of these guys at the moment at wide receiver, okay, which is a great thing, okay? You got two guys on the rookie contracts, right? Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy. And so you can save some money doing it that way, okay? Hollywood Brown is costing 11. I think with incentives, it might be more than that. If I'm not mistaken, 13, okay? So him making this, and let's just say he has a great year. And so if he's signing for 20 or 22, you still saving money for a couple more years that you don't have to pay the younger guys, but you still had to have them perform. So it kind of saves your pockets a little bit. But if you're thinking about bringing in Brandon Aiyuk now and it costs you a whole lot of money, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. I haven't seen the Chiefs wanting to do anything like that for a long time with certain guys, right? So
the only thing is the DK Metcalf thing. That's the only thing. Besides that, I haven't seen them want to do that at all, and that's why I was very surprised that we were, with recording sources that we offered a trade for DK Metcalf, which is funny because we didn't want to spend money on that. So
right. So
yeah, definitely got a steal on Hollywood Brown, and I hope it's a happy 1 year, and I hope he signs for longer than that because I still think even his contract extension won't be anywhere near some of the ones you just mentioned. I don't think it would be anywhere near that.
Well, we never know.
True.
Well, hopefully, if just to say it is, let's say he blows it out the water, okay, absolutely kills it. If he's still somewhere around
19?
22, 23, or 9, whatever, that's still good money, okay? Because the cap goes up every single year. You're still getting paid good money at that point, and you still save money with the younger guys around you, right? So I think he fits more into what we do scheme wise in our offense than everybody else that we name. More than DK Metcalf, more than Brandon Aiyuk. I like a Hollywood Brown here. I do. So
yeah. And we've had interest in him for a while. Obviously, this scheme, he fits the scheme really well. So yeah, I do hope they keep him around for a good while. And one thing about him, which is interesting, because he's coming here for a 1 year prove it deal, so he can get upwards about 19 to 22 a year, whatever what he's thinking. One thing I will say about him is he's been to the other side. He's been on really shitty teams like Arizona. He's seen how bad it can be. He's coming to a perennial winner. Hopefully, winning, getting a little taste of that. Being with a great quarterback, being with a great offensive mind, hopefully he's not going to want to break the bank, get paid good, but not break the bank where it's like, oh man, should we be paying you all this money? But no, he wants to take a deal where it's like 19 a year as opposed to 25 a year.
Look, and I think we really had to make the point of traveling to different places. This is his third team. Do you really want to go to a fourth? Let this be the place, man. If this is where you hang your hat, do a hell of a job here. You should be rewarded for your performance, your production. So if you found a home, if this works for you, I would do everything in my power to stay at an organization like this. Hollywood Brown has been with the Ravens, good organization. Arizona, don't really know too much about them. And then you come here with the top organization in the NFL, Super Bowl winners where you could probably win year after year and still, come on, man. I think that would be perfect. So Donna Cochran says Juju Smith got a payday after the Super Bowl. He did. Somewhat of one. Hollywood will be getting a big payday too, probably. I really like how humble and hardworking Hollywood is. I do as well. And I think that his experience here in the NFL, for what it's been so far, was a little rocky. And so I think now he appreciates where he is. And that perfect word, Donna, humble. I think he's been humbled by the experience he's had here. So that gives you a whole different perspective on things, how they do business, really where you want to be. I think you really got to do a deep dive into what it is that you really, truly, truly want. And so hopefully he's found his home with the Chiefs, man, and with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. So I would love to keep him here, man. Definitely love to keep him here.
Yeah, he's really embraced it from day one. Like 2 days later after he signs, he's in Texas with Mahomes. So, yeah, he's really embraced it. And I think the rapport has been so great already. And I personally don't – if I had a bet on if he would stay in Kansas City after the season, I would bet that he stays. They work out a good, amicable deal that maybe even gets signed during the season, to be quite honest with you. That's what I think. And obviously, things have to go well in the season. He has to be injury-free. Things have to be working smoothly. And I think that he'll end up staying for a good while. So – and hopefully that and alleviates all the wide receiver questions. We don't have to talk about wide receivers anymore after this offseason.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.